in order for you to have two windows open at the same time, you have to click this little box right here, and it makes the windows smaller. And then you can drag a new window over to the right, and you can have my window open and your window open at the same time. Okay, so make sure you do that. Make two windows open on your screen at the same time, and you can drag those two windows to be the right sizes so they're each taking up half of the screen. And then once you get this window open, you can go to your classroom. Go to Bridge. Go to Classwork. Scroll down to your SMART Goals presentations and click on Write a 4-Step Killer Intro. And you should be able to see the corrections that I gave you. I can't open it up like you because I'm not a student, but I'll open up Betty's, and Betty can, are you in your document now, Betty?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so you can see my corrections. So everybody go in and just check out the corrections that I made, and accept the corrections. I can see Betty's going through and checking out the corrections. I can see that Simone just joined us. So Simone, we have two windows open right now. One of them is my window and the other one is your window. And you're going into your 4 Steps to a Killer Intro and accepting my corrections. So in order to make two windows open, you have to click this little box in the upper right-hand corner and make your window smaller. And then you have to drag a window over to the right by clicking and dragging to the right, and it creates a second window on your screen. Once you have a second window open on your screen, you're going to go to your Google Classroom, and you're looking for Susanna. We have two windows open on our screen right now, Susanna and Irina, and I'm having you guys go in to your Google Classroom and opening your documents that are your 4 Steps to a Killer Intro. It's in Bridge. You're going to go to Classwork. You're going to go to 4 Steps to a Killer Intro. And then in there is your corrected document. So you can have your document open and my window open at the same time. So I can see that, Betty, you've accepted most of my corrections. Oh, okay, so Betty right now, she's accepting my corrections. She's in her document, and you can see that she is clicking and accepting my corrections over on the right. So on the right-hand side of your document are these corrections that I've made. So go ahead and look inside your document and accept your corrections. I'll give everybody time to do that before we get started. So take your time. And if you finish accepting my corrections, please read through the corrected introduction, okay? Because in a minute, you're going to be practicing saying it. So it's a good idea if you read through it a few times to get familiar with what you're about to say out loud. Oh, Betty, I think yeah, this needs to go there. You just needed one story at the beginning. That's it. Or just one thing. Let me know when you guys are ready by giving me a thumbs up, okay? It's ready. Let me know when you've accepted your corrections and you've read through your document. So I can see Anna's ready. Okay, Issa's ready. I like your hair today, Issa. It's pretty. So shiny.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm going to give you guys like 2 more minutes. Just wrap it up. I don't want to keep people waiting too long. We can always help you in the moment. Betty knows she's first, so she's. All right, so this is Betty's killer intro. Betty, you can read from my screen or you can read from your screen.
Yeah.
I think you've got both of them open at the same time. So I'm going to make this big so everyone else can read what you're saying.
Okay.
Yeah, so let me just get this to a size where other people can read. All right, so Betty's going to give her introduction to her slides presentation. So in case you all didn't catch that, we are going to be giving our slides presentations about our SMART goals. But before we begin our presentation, we're going to introduce ourselves and the topic of the presentation. So I gave you this 4-step guide to creating a killer intro. And so you all did it, and you all did a very good job. I gave you my corrections. So now Betty's going to practice saying her 4-step killer intro. So whenever you're ready, Betty.
Okay. Well, hi, everyone.
I'm going to mute because my daughter's cooking and she's making a lot of noise. So let me mute myself so it doesn't interrupt you.
Okay. Well, for a long time, I have been trying to lose weight. And when I almost did 6 years ago, I got pregnant again after 13 years. It was a big surprise. It was a blessing, but it was also a lot of weight gain. I have tried to lose weight with all the fast diet that people told me, um, have have told me about. I drank healthy shakes and even start to exercise, but nothing worked. I realized that maybe I wasn't doing it the right way. I tell this story because it shows how nothing will change unless you set a specific and achievable steps of action. My name is Teresa Nunez. I have 3 kids. As a housewife, I have to be aware of my family and my home chores all the time. I think that I forgot about me for a long time. Now I'm trying to do something for me because I want to be healthy and I want to feel better about myself. In this presentation, I will talk about my goal, and the way that I changed it into a smart goal. Smart goal. Today, you will learn how to make your goals real. Really? Your goals really. Okay, that's it. Oh, I need to start with the. I can hear you.
Sorry. I don't normally mute myself. I forget. There's a little more. Look on my screen.
What?
There's a little bit more that you missed. Look on my screen.
Oh,
Today,
okay. You will learn how to make your goals really happen by using the 5-step SMART goals method. By giving your wishes structure, they can go from mere thoughts to reality.
there we go.
Yeah, I was saying, no, this is incomplete in my.
I don't know why it cut off on your version. I have no idea. So I'm sorry. Okay, because I have your document pulled up. All right. Comments about Betty's introduction. What do you think, everybody? Raise your hand if you'd like to comment about Betty's intro. Who said that? Simone, did you say? Oh, Betty. I think it was excellent. You did a great job. She had a really good story, and she did a good job transitioning to her topic. She introduced herself and what this topic has to do with her. And then she told the audience what she was going to teach them about today. And I actually really liked your story. I felt like it really drew me in to the topic, and I could really relate to your story because I think everybody goes through that same situation. So it felt real. It felt relatable. It made me want to listen. Definitely.
Okay.
So I would just say keep practicing. Keep saying it out loud a few more times. First couple times through, you're just still reading, right? You're still getting yourself used to the words. So keep practicing, and I think we'll practice again together, okay? But let's move on to the next person. I don't know who that is. I'm just going to be clicking the forward button. Okay, so it's Cecilia, but she's not here. So we'll move forward. Edie. Edie's not here either. She's coming tonight, she said. Isa. Isa's here. All right, so Isa, hopefully you went in and accepted your corrections. Let me get to your full document. So you can read from my screen or your screen. Let me just make this bigger. I think I'm as big as I can go. All right. Are you ready, Isa?
Sure.
All right.
Okay. Has your New Year's resolution been to exercise or to lose weight? Recent research from the University of Wisconsin indicates that only 8% of the people achieve their goals by the end of the year. You may be wondering where I'm going with all of this. My name is Isahara. I am a busy housewife. I don't have my own kids, but every day I take care of my nephew, and I have many other tasks to just I
Juggle.
find juggle. I find it difficult in my busy day to set and achieve the goals I always think about. In this presentation, we will explore what SMART goals are, and we will look at how you can use them to achieve your objectives. I will show you how I have used SMART goals to make clear and achievable steps for myself to achieve my goal.
Yay! Very nice. It was great.
Thank you.
So Betty started with a story, and Issa started with a statistic, right? She actually chose two things. She started with a question and a statistic. So she used two of the hook techniques that we talked about or that were presented in your assignment. So she used question and she used statistics, a surprising statistic. Has your New Year's resolution been to exercise or lose weight? That is probably one that most of us have had at least once in our lifetime. So that definitely, in my mind, would draw people in because everyone can relate to that question. Recent research from the University of Scranton indicates only 8% of people achieve their goals by the end of the year. It's so low. So a surprising statistic. And then she transitioned really well to her topic, introduced herself, said what this topic has to do with her, and then she explained what she will be presenting in her slide presentation. And I think it's going to be really cool because you guys, not only are you explaining what a SMART goal is, but you're giving a step-by-step example of what your SMART goal is. And that's really excellent for a person watching a presentation because it's one thing to have somebody tell you about something, but it's another thing to have somebody show you exactly what they are doing specifically. It makes the example much more clear. So good job, and I'm excited to also see your SMART goals presentations as well. Okay, so let's move to the next person. I'm going to close out Issa, and let's see who's next. Maria's not here. Raina's next. Let me open up Raina's document. Here we are. Let me scoot you over. All right. You ready, Raina? Oh, Raina, we can't hear you. Sorry. Okay. I don't know what's happening, but she's fixing something. I don't know what's going on here. I can see that she's unmuted, but sorry, it's not working, Raina. Do you want me to read it for you? Shall I read it for you? Okay. All right, I'm going to read this for Raina. Did you know that people with written goals are 50% more likely to achieve their goals than people without written goals? I was surprised when I first read this statistic. However, the more you think about it, it makes complete sense. Hi, my name is Raina Driver. I want to start a small business in order to have a more fulfilling work life. How can I achieve it? I found that writing down my goals using the SMART goals strategy can make my goals specific and more able to be accomplished. Today, you're going to learn a simple way to make your goals really happen by using the 5-step SMART goals strategy. The SMART grid will help you to create more specific, achievable targets for your life and work and measure your progress toward them. By using SMART goals, you will be much more likely to achieve your dreams. Yay! She's all, thanks, Mrs. Barrett. I love you. Oh, that was so good. Can you see everybody's is a little bit different and all of them are so good. Everybody wrote this a little bit differently. They did it their own way and they all turned out really, really good. I'm so pleased with all of them. So she decided to start with a statistic, and it was a very good statistic. 50% more likely to achieve your goals if you write them down. I'm going to have to start writing stuff down. Then she transitioned. She didn't transition totally to her topic yet. I feel like she really did the transitioning in your introduction, your self-introduction. That's where your transition happened. But that's fine. It worked. The way you did it totally worked. And then finally, audience benefits of listening to your speech. It really did make me want to listen, for sure. I want to see what is this method? What is this SMART goals method? Awesome. All right, let's move to the next person. Let me make this smaller. We'll close out Raina's. We'll click the next arrow. Slajana, who's not here this morning. Simone. Simone is next. All right, awesome.
I'm not ready.
You're not ready? Oh, that's okay. So yeah, you'll just have to write your 4-step intro on your own time, and maybe next time we can hear it. So can you just tell us, have you read the assignment yet?
Oh,
I'll show you what it looks like. And maybe it'll be good because we can review, everyone else can review what we went over last week. So let me get back to the classroom and we'll go to, yeah, I think it is good that we review because we actually reviewed some brand new concepts that you guys, okay, why am I having troubles? Here we go. All right, so 4 steps to a killer intro. And here is the example that we went over. So last week we talked about 4 steps to a killer intro. For everyone else, this is going to be a review. The first thing is a hook, which means the thing that's going to draw the listener in to wanting to listen to your speech. And so we talked about 5 different possible things that you could do, and you're supposed to just choose one. And so most people chose story or statistic or question so far. But one of the things we talked about was a simile. Oh, and I know that some of the night class people did choose simile or analogy. So a simile is when you compare 2 different things with the word like. So a life without goals is like cooking without a recipe. Or a life without goals is like a car without wheels. Can you think of one, Simone? A life without goals is like...
oh, cooking, study without a teacher.
Oh, what?
Studied, yeah,
Studying without a teacher?
yes.
Oh, how sweet. Oh, okay. Maybe learning without a
Good,
teacher. Yeah,
yeah, good.
there, we'll say learning. Oh, that's a good one.
Mhm.
A life without goals is like learning without a teacher. Ooh, nice. And then that would be that would be the thing that you would use to begin your speech. And then your next thing would be, you might be wondering what this has to do with my topic today. Or I say this because today I'm going to talk about blah, blah, blah. And you just make a transition from that hook to the topic that you're going to be discussing. Another thing is an analogy. So we've said an analogy is when you are making a comparison between goals and something else. So, for example, here's an analogy. It's a lot easier to paint when you have a paintbrush. And we are relating this to the structure of writing down your goal, right? It's a lot easier to achieve your goals if you write them down. It's a lot easier to make your dreams happen if you set a goal. So it's comparing something that needs to get done to the tool that you need to have in order to do it, right? So it's a lot easier to paint when you have a paintbrush, right? So the thing that needs to get done and the tool that you need in order to get it done. It's a lot easier to write if you have a pencil. It's a lot easier to dance if you have music. So it's like, something that makes it easier. What did I just do? Makes it easier to get things done. Okay, so the next possible thing you could use is a question. And we've already experienced this with a few of our introductions. Do you ever wish you could lose 10 pounds, but you never seem to get around to it? Do you ever wish you could buy a new car, but you never seem to be able to save enough money? And that would be your way of drawing in the listener, right? Or a shocking statistic like what Raina and who else used statistic? Can't remember. Issa, right? So we heard a couple of shocking statistics. And I posted online some statistics, but you could also, search for them online. The problem is typing in the correct search terms can sometimes be difficult for you. So you have to kind of mess around until you get the right combination of words that brings up the information that you want. And the last thing was telling a story. So like what Betty did, she told a story of how she's always wanted to try and lose weight. And then just when she was starting to be successful, she got pregnant 13 years after her first two children. And then the pandemic hit. And she found herself feeling like she couldn't be successful. So then came SMART goals, and it takes care of everything. We hope, if we stick to them. But if we write them down and we have specific things that we can check off, it makes it a lot more likely that we're going to achieve them. Okay, so those were our hooks. And then as you have experience, we have our transition. You might be wondering, or I tell that story because, or this story illustrates, or you can use any other transitional words that work. And then you have your introduction of yourself and how this topic relates to you. And then you have what are the benefits of listening to your speech. All right, so that's the review of last week. So I think we still have Anna to go. Yes. I'm
And
gonna have to
Susanna,
read it for. I might have to read it for Anna, so that's okay. We'll do that. So let's go back to here, and Simone is gonna work on hers. Oh, Susanna, she hasn't gone yet, so let's have Susanna go. All right, so Susanna, are you ready? Oh wait, hang on one second. There's something popped up on my screen, some random thing. Why is it giving me random things? Okay, ready, Susanna?
Okay.
Go.
Have you recently heard a lot of news about the mortgage rate hitting a history low? Based on Bloomberg, the spread of the virus has ruled financial markets, hammering stocks and push yield for the treasuries that got mortgage costs to the lowest on record. In fact, the high twos is probably as low as it can drop, according to Mark Fleming, chief economist at First American Financial Corp, and also 11 million homeowners could now benefit from refinancing.
Refinancing. Okay.
You might be wondering where I'm going with this. Today, as one of 11 million homeowners, I'm setting the goal of applying for a lower mortgage rate to save money on my monthly bills. My name is Susanna Ma. My current mortgage rate is 3.39 with 7-year arms. Today, I'm going to present how I will use the 5-step SMART goal method to achieve my aim of refinancing my mortgage at 2.85% with no cost and a 30-year term. By listening to my presentation, you will learn and master use SMART goals skills and techniques to accomplish your goals.
Ooh, nice. So good. So Susanna made this very specific to her particular goal, which is totally great. I'm completely down with that. It's awesome. So Susanna used SMART goals because she wanted to refinance her house. So she wanted to set up SMART goals so she could create specific steps for herself to go through everything that she needs to do in order to refinance her house, which is a lot. Refinancing is a lot. So writing down your goals and setting the steps is a really good idea in that case. So let's see. So Susanna, you started with a question and then you quoted. So it's not a statistic, but you quoted information from a reliable source. So it's kind of like a statistic, but you're just giving information, current events. Yeah. So you used two different things. You asked a question and then you quoted some important information that people might be interested in. Well, I sure am. Because it says you can refinance your mortgage all the way down into the 2% range, which is very low, lower than I've ever heard it be before. So awesome. I'm interested. Can I do this? That's what I'm thinking, right? Can I do this with my mortgage right now? I had no idea. Thank you for letting me know about this, Susanna. That's how I'm feeling right now, right? So, and then she says you might be wondering where I'm going with this. That's her transition, and she introduces herself and she says, I'm going to use the SMART goal method to refinance my house, to set a goal for myself to refinance my house. And I'm going to teach you how to do the same thing. So then you say, well, if you listen, you'll learn the same technique. So awesome. Very, very good. All right. So let me go back, close that out. And we have Anna. Were you at the end? Vamsi is not here, Yana. So Anna, you must have been way back at the beginning. There's Anna. Okay. So here's Anna's. All right. I'm going to read this for Anna because she has no sound. Like like Raina today, for whatever reason, she's not working. Okay, so guess what? Anna used a simile at the beginning of hers. So she was one of the only people to use simile. I'm excited to see that one of you guys tackled the use of a simile. So she says, life without goals is like a race without a finishing line. You're running fast, but going nowhere. You might be wondering why I'm saying this, but during the pandemic, I gained around 6 pounds of weight. I realized that just wishing the weight was gone was not going to get me anywhere. My name is Anna. I work as a sales assistant and I used to drive to work. Because of the pandemic, I had to sell my car, and now that the stores are open again, I decided to go to work by bus. This makes me walk every day for around 30 minutes, so it made it easier for me to set a goal to lose weight. Today, I'm going to tell you about the 5-step SMART goal method. This method helps you set specific and achievable goals that makes it much more likely that you will achieve them. I will show you how to take your wishes and turn them into reality. Yay! Excellent. So good. I just think this simile is awesome. A life without goals is like a race without a finishing line. Right? You're just running and running and running and never stopping. Like, where's the end? Where do I finish? This is getting tiring. And you're just going and going. And it's such a good simile because think about it. If we don't have goals, it is just like you're running and running and running. And where's the end? When do I finish? It's nice to have a mental marker of when you have achieved something that's important to you. It gives you the sense that your life is moving in a direction that you want it to move in, and that you are actually getting some things done rather than just running and running and going in circles or a never ending race. So I feel sad that you had to sell your car, Anna. I just feel, I know. I hope that you'll get a new car soon. I hope. I'm going to cross my fingers that it works out for you. But I guess the good thing is you're losing weight walking to and from the bus stop. Yes. So that forces you to get out there and walk. So there are some benefits, right, to this situation. I think everybody went, right? Everybody got a chance to go. So this will be your introduction. Keep practicing because you're going to do this again before you present your SMART goals presentations, right? So of course you're going to be doing a lot of talking because you're going to have your intro, and then you're going to be presenting your SMART goals presentation. So the SMART goals presentation, you're just basically going to talk through your slides. So if I go back to our classroom and, here we go. We go to create your own SMART goals slides presentation. And I'm pretty sure that a lot of you, oh, wait, I need to go here. Here we go. I want to see who turned this in and who didn't turn this in yet, because I know some of you finished this already. Student work, there we go. Why is it showing up like this? So wait, hang on a second. Am I clicking on the wrong thing? Let's go back. Classwork, create your own, how to make a Google, write your own SMART goal. No, it should be this one. How come, did I not give you guys something to turn in for this? My SMART goals slides. It should be this. It was a blank document. But I know you guys turned this in. So hang on, why am I not able to see your work? This is odd. Because last time I was able to see it, view assignment, And it's basically just showing me your names and who turned it in. So let's see. I'll click on Betty's. Is it here? Oh, it's here. That's so weird. It's doing it a different way. I guess because it was a blank document. Did you guys have to turn it in a different way this time? I don't know. Okay, so here's Betty's. And let me see. So it looks like Betty, Isa, Raina, and Susanna have finished this. And I think Anna, you said you wouldn't be able to at this time, but you, oh, okay. All right. So you're going to have to come up with your own method once you get to your SMART Goals presentation. You're going to present your slides the way that you see fit. So after that introduction, Betty is going to just follow what's said here on the slide. What is a SMART goal? A SMART goal is a goal that's easy to understand, achievable, and has a clear point of success. SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound, or time-bound. Okay, so I did show to you guys a document that has some tips for presenting your slides presentation. So I'm going to go back there and we're going to review some of the things that are on that list. And I asked you guys to choose a few that you would like to work on. So it was this one down here, read presentation tips below on read and click blah, 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 oral presentation tips. 6 people turned this in. So I'm going to just click on your assignments and I'm just going to see what things you guys chose to work on for your presentations. So Anna said that she wants to practice. So she designed a PowerPoint to introduce important information. She's going to practice. And she hopes to have more free time. And what do you plan to do to practice the tips? I'll try and find time. And then, so basically time is the biggest factor for Anna, I can see. And that's okay. We'll just accept whatever you can offer, Anna, right? You have a busy life and you're working hard. You're trying to be here. So we'll take you on whatever level you can offer, right? We just enjoy having you be here. Okay, so Betty, she says, the oral presentation tips I need to practice most are speaking with confidence, making eye contact, avoiding reading from the screen, avoiding filler words like things like that, relaxing and breathing. Okay. So all really good ones, Betty, all really good things to focus on. It's so hard to make eye contact when we're on a freaking screen. So we'll give you, I know, everybody out there, I am looking at you. So we'll just give you a little leeway with that one. Avoid reading from the screen. This is such a big one, guys. So obviously you're going to do a little bit of reading from the screen because you're using your slides in order to remind you what to say, right? But it's always a really good idea to go off script for a little bit and use personal examples. Okay, so when it says avoid reading from screen, that's what it means. It means paraphrase in your own words or give personal examples. It makes a presentation a million times more interesting. All right, so when you practice your presentations, I encourage all of you to go off script. That means to just stop reading from the screen and say something, an example that you would like to give. And if you want, you can make little notes for yourself ahead of time. So for example, on Betty's first screen, let me go back to Betty's slide presentation. That wasn't it. I know it's here somewhere. Here it is. She might decide to go off script or off screen on one of these. So let's just practice how to do that. So on this first, a SMART goal is easy to understand, achievable, and has a clear point of success. So she might go off script for the word achievable. Before this, I think that my personal goals were not achievable because I never really made specific things for myself to do, right? So that would be a way for her to go off script. She could say, up to this point, I never really made my goals achievable for myself because I never really gave specific things that were easy for me to do every day. Okay, so things like that, right? So you can pick a word on the screen and elaborate. Make it more interesting by putting it in your own words or relating it to your own life. So that's a really good thing to decide to work on. Okay, back to this. So Edie, which oral presentation tips do you think? The oral presentation tips I think I need to practice most is preparing. Okay, preparing is a little bit general. And when this talked about PowerPoint, I just meant any kind of presentation software. So it doesn't have to be PowerPoint. It could be Google Slides. Yeah. So don't worry, you don't have to get familiar with a whole different presentation software. So when you say prepare, what do you mean? You just mean practice, Susanna? Oh, you're forgetting to unmute. Here, let me unmute you. Go ahead.
This is Edie's, not mine.
Oh, Edie, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Why did I think it was yours? I'm sorry.
No problem.
Okay. Oh, yeah. What? That's so funny. I saw Susanna and clicked on Edie. All right. So, Edie, let's see what you said. Oh, you need to practice using an excited tone. I love it. I love it. And I noticed you all doing that today, actually, with your introductions. I could see that you had an excited tone. When you want to make the audience be more engaged. Yeah, I will look in the mirror and record my voice when I practice my presentation. Okay, and it will help you when you're nervous. Yeah, so you say getting nervous is something that you have to overcome. And everybody does, right? Everybody does. Okay, so, why am I getting a call? Okay, Betty, Edie, Issa, let's see what Issa said. She said, I need to practice all of the tips. For example, speaking with confidence. It's hard for me to present in public because I'm shy. And she says she's going to practice by herself. Okay. I've tried before this presentation tips in the university, and it's an effective way for me. Okay, good. So you know it works for you, practicing in person before going on stage, right? Awesome. All right, there were a lot of different tips in that article. And then Slajana's not here. Susanna, we talked about using an exciting tone, and Vamsi's not here. Awesome. Okay, so everybody has something they're going to work on, right? Something they want to work on for their presentation. So as long as you have a couple things you have in mind, that's good. All right, Today, before we go, I'm just going to present to you a grammar activity in our Google Classroom that I just posted. And for some of you, this is review. So we had been learning about the phonics, how to sound out words, right? And now I want to introduce to those of you who are new to the classroom, and I want to review with you, those of you who are not new to the classroom, going over the tenses in the English language. Oh, I know I can get there somehow. Why is my homepage not coming up? Did I like close it out? Okay, well, here we go. Oh, just go here. So crazy. Okay, so you guys all have this. So I want you each to open this up at home. So you need 2 screens again. So you're gonna go over here, you're gonna click that little box, and you're gonna make sure that you have another screen open by clicking and dragging one window over to the right. And so that you can see mine and yours at the same time. So we're going to go to classwork and go all the way down to grammar. And in there is a verb tense chart. So if you click on the verb tense chart, it will come up for you in your own window, and you can write in it because everybody needs to write in it. So over here, I would do that. I would just make another window with that chart in it so I can...
Verb tense.
Verb tense chart. It's all the way down in grammar assignments. Okay, so on the right, I have it open so I can type into it, and on the left should be my screen that I'm gonna have open big for you guys to see. So I'll be here on the left, this is me, and then you guys should each have another window open with your personal assignment in it that you can type into over here. But I'm gonna make my screen big because I don't need to have 2 windows open. I just need to have 1 window open. All right, so let's think of some verbs that are gonna apply to what we've been studying. So if we go back into, sorry. Let's just think of some verbs that have to do with goal setting. So maybe achieving. Achieve. Let's pick achieve. Okay, so in present tense. Now, in order to type on this line, you have to just highlight the whole line. Otherwise, it pushes everything down. So let's just pick I. We'll use the pronoun I. I achieve my goal. Okay. Oh, and I misspelled achieve. And I achieve my goal. Can everybody also type into their own document? And I'll underline that. I achieve my goal. All right, so then what will we do for past? We have to add ed, right?
Ed.
So I
achieved
my goal. Okay, so now we have past. And then for future, what do we need to add?
I will
achieve my goal. Got it. Okay, so here we have simple present, past, and future. So if you look on this little timeline below, you can see that the dot is on the present. So that line in the middle of the timeline, this line right here, that's right now, that's present. Everything to the left of that line is the past, and everything to the right of that line is the future. So this is happening now. I achieve my goal. This is a point in the past. I achieved my goal. So it happened and it's over with in the past. And then this dot is on the timeline in the future. I will achieve my goal. So at some point in the future, I will achieve my goal. Okay, so now we have to think of the continuous tense. So we need to do two things to the verb. Who can remember what we do to the verb?
ing.
We have to add the verb to be. So
Achieving.
I
am achieving my.
achieving my goal. So those are the two things that we have to do to our verb. We have to add the verb to be before it, and we have to add ing to the end of it. I am achieving my goal. Is that right? I'm gonna make sure I'm doing this right. I am achieving my goal. Okay, so if we want to do past continuous, what do? I
What?
was achieving.
I was achieving my goal.
I was achieving my goal. Okay, so that made my thing go down. So I'm going to erase that second line there. All right, I was achieving my goal. All right. So that's what Betty would say about right before she got pregnant. She could say, I was achieving my goal. I was so close. I was achieving it. And then what? Pregnant. So she would use this tense, past continuous. I was achieving my goal. Okay, so then how about future continuous? I
will be achieving.
I will be achieving my goal. That's right. So we had to add two things now. We have to add will, which is a modal, and then the verb to be, and then ing on the end of the word. I will be achieving my goal. So are you guys all typing this into your documents? Hopefully. Hopefully you're able to type this in on your own screen, in your own document. And then I'm going to erase that there. Okay, I will be achieving my goal. All right, so with the continuous tenses, if you look on this little timeline, it's a rainbow or an arch. And that means that the action is taking place over time. Okay, so when you say I am achieving my goal, it means I started at some point in the past and I'm going to end at some time in the future. I'm in the process of achieving my goal. I am achieving my goal. I'm in the process. So it's an action that's continuous from past to future. This means I was achieving my goal. So Betty was working on losing weight from sometime before she got pregnant to up to the time that she got pregnant. So it was continuous all the way up until she got pregnant. So it began and ended in the past, and it was a continuous action. It was taking place over time. And it got interrupted. So you see that line in the middle right there? it got interrupted by the pregnancy. That was the thing that interrupted the action. So that little line is the interruption that to her
That little
action.
line is Valeria.
That line is her baby. That's right. There's your baby right there. That's funny. And then this next one, so really there should be a second thing in this sentence. Usually you don't go around saying, I was achieving my goal. Usually you tell people, I was achieving my goal when I got pregnant, right? You complete the sentence because people are like, yeah, you are achieving your goal, so what? Well, like usually there's a second part to that sentence, right? I was achieving my goal and what? Or when I got pregnant, right? You have something else that happened at that time to stop you from achieving your goal at that time. So this other sentence is going to be the same. It's an interrupted future continuous action, right? So here in the future, I will be achieving my goal when I start using, I will be achieving my goal when I start my SMART goal. I will be achieving my goal when I start my SMART goal. That's a weird sentence, though. I wonder if there's a better way to say it. But I think it's pretty good. Okay, so if you look, here is the continuous action, and then here is starting your SMART goal, right? So you start your SMART goal, and then you are achieving your goal sometime in the future. That little line is the SMART goal. All right, let's go to the perfect tense. So perfect tense uses the verb to have, and it adds en, or it adds an ending so to the verb. So if we go to the perfect tense, we have to say I have achieved my goal. I have achieved my goal. So it means that you started your goal sometime in the past, and I have achieved my goal. Yay! It's like you got to the finish line, right? Here you are at the finish line, right here in the present. And you say, yay, I achieved my goal. That means you started back here and you were working. And right now you just finished. I achieved my goal. Yay. So it ended right now in the present. Okay, so now we have to go to past tense. So we make have into, what's past tense of have? I had achieved my goal. I had achieved my goal. Okay, so we could use the Betty's example again if we want to. Let's pretend Betty did lose weight in the past, and then she got pregnant. So she would say, I had achieved my goal when I got pregnant. So she had achieved it. She had lost weight. So here is completed an action before a past event. So here's the completed action right here. She lost weight. And here is her pregnancy right here. So here's where Betty lost weight, and here's where she got pregnant. So it's a goal, it's something that was completed before a past action. Yeah, so I had achieved my goal of losing weight before I got pregnant. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Then if it's I had, then for future, we have to add the modal will. I will have. Why is it doing it? Oh, because that's I will have achieved my goal when what? I will have achieved my goal when I lose 10 pounds. Okay, so did I do this in the wrong order? I will have achieved my goal. It's a completed action before a future event. So I will have achieved my goal when I lose 10 pounds. I don't know, this visual doesn't seem to work with this sentence. It's a completed action before a future event. So the completed action is losing 10 pounds, and achieved my goal is the thing that happens as a result. So here is losing 10 pounds, and here is achieving your goal. So I feel like it should be really close together, those two things. And because you achieve your goal, and then you lose weight, and then you achieve your goal. So in this instance, those two things are right next to each other. Okay, how do I get back out of this screen? I need to be able to save it.
will.
Erase it. How come it's not letting me do it? I just want to click. I'm like, okay, whatever. Leave. You didn't help me. Okay, we'll just go back to it over here. Whatever. So just keep in mind that those two would be right next to each other. All right, so let's go to the last row. So for homework, I want you to do the next page. There's a whole second page that's blank. And you can print it if you want to write it out, or you can just type it in. So the last is perfect continuous. And for perfect continuous, it's a combination of continuous and perfect. So you're going to be using have and an ing verb. So if we go down to the bottom, it gives us an example. I had been eating. So now we have to add have and be. So both verbs, have and be, and then ing. So now we have to add three things. So I
have.
Oh, wait, we forgot perfect. Wait, because I am in a different chart now.
Present.
Yeah, present continuous. Okay, gosh darn it. Let me get back to the one I was. Oh, no, I know, because I'm up here. That's why. Okay, so we have to add have and be and ing. So I have been achieving my goal for how long? Maybe 1 year? How long does it take to lose 10 pounds? I've been achieving my goal, let's just say over 1 year. Like, over the duration of a year. I have been achieving my goal over 1 year. Underline. Okay, so if you can see this little visual, these are all the things that Betty's been doing to achieve her goal, right? She's walking every day. She's eating right. She's running or lifting weights, something like that. So over time on a regular basis. So it's happening over time on a regular basis. So that's what those things are meant to represent. All the things that she's doing over time. I have been achieving my goal all the way from the past up to the present. So let's go to the next one. Now we have to go to past perfect continuous. So what would we say? I had been achieving my goal when I got pregnant. So I had been achieving my goal when I got pregnant. So all of those things she was doing, she was eating right, she was exercising, she was lifting weights, it was working, she was losing weight, and then right here, pregnant. Okay, so you can see all the things she'd been doing over time. She had been achieving her goal when she got pregnant. Okay, so then one more. I will. Oh, so we have four things we're adding: will, have, be, and ing. I will have been achieving my goal for a year by January. So say she started her weight loss journey last January, right? It was her New Year's resolution. Last January, it was her New Year's resolution. So this January, it'll be 1 year that she's been achieving her goal. She's been losing weight steadily since last January because she used her SMART goal and she wrote it down. Right? And now, by this January, she will have been achieving her goal for a whole year. So it started last January, and it's going to end this January. All right? So for homework, I want you guys to do this second page and choose another regular verb. So remember, irregular verbs are not conjugated the same way. They don't take ed in the past tense. They change their spelling. So if it does not take ed in the past tense, you know that it's an irregular verb. Okay, so you want to choose a regular verb, one that takes ed in the past tense. So like eat would not be it's not a regular verb, right? Because it would be I eat, I ate, I will eat, right? So ate is not adding ed, it's changing spelling. Okay, so you want to pick a regular verb. So that's what you're going to do for homework. Any questions about that? And so we'll practice our verb tenses. All right, guys. I think that's it for today. You did so well on your introduction. So I want you to practice giving your SMART goals presentation because next time we're going to do the whole thing. Okay, we're going to do the introduction and then you're going to present your slide presentation, both at the same time. Introduction, slide presentation. And think about the goals that you chose for yourself. So some of you are going to work on not reading, right? Some of you are going to work on practicing ahead of time. Some of you are going to work on using a excited tone of voice. All right. Everybody has different goals because they know what they need to work on. Okay. All right. So I look forward to it. It's going to be good.
Okay.
Excited. All right. We'll see you guys next time.
Okay. See you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.